Now this tutorial walks you through the Python code for lab 8-5, the cell phone minute calculator. And there's not a lot of new things in here except that we have additional loops and decisions to make sure that our code gets properly processed so we can recover from any input errors. So in main, how this will be structured is we have end program like we normally do, and we initialize that to no, and then you have your other declare variables that you have. Then we have our while loop. While end program is equal to no, should be a colon. What we are going to do is to code our functions or our modules. So we go ahead and do that. Now at the end of that, after we're done with our modules, what we do is we ask if we want to end our program. So that happens here, making sure our tabs are correct. Now we're just going to add this code, making sure tabs again. Just tab this back. We're going to add this code here, which says while not the end of the program is equal to yes or no, we're going to ask them to run the loop again, so they must enter a yes or no. So we have what this type of structure will do. Oh, I must make a call to main. I make syntax errors as well. Okay, we're going to call main. Now when we run this, again, if we don't enter a yes or a no, it keeps looping around. Now when I enter a yes, that works, so it ends. Here, if you enter a no or a yes right away, it works, and anything other than a yes or no, it just continues to loop around. And when we do enter that, it works properly. So you have your other modules. Now the range checking that we do here, for example, we're going to code a module called get allowed. How many minutes are allowed? We'll pass the appropriate variables down. But in that module, when we say here minutes allowed equal to input, this is our prime read. Remember that was between 200 and 800. We will just then at that point, this is how it would look without error code. And we'd make the appropriate call. But what we're going to do now is add a while loop. So while minutes allowed is less than 200 or minutes allowed is greater than 800, what we want to do at that point is tell them you must enter between 200 and 800. So it has to be within that range. And then at that point, we're going to take our prime read and just simply ask for them to enter that again. Let me fix my tab on there. So a simple while loop will fix any user inputs that we may encounter as errors. So we have our prime read here, and then keep looping until they enter in a 2 or 800. So there's one other module that you'll code that has range that checks to make sure that it must be less than, or it must be greater than 0, and that is in the how many minutes are used module, and that'll just be a while minutes used are less than 0, keep asking. So we have our prime read, and then we re-ask the question. So you can go ahead and finish that up and check your tabs, and main actually for this and the rest of your programs, if you want to error code, should look exactly like that.